What's up, Inkie peeps? It's Adele from Inkie Quill, and today I am in holiday. Oh, very bright. Hang on, where is it? There it is. I am in holiday mode. I'm in the mood, but I'm also in the mode. In Hamilton Island, and I'm just about to sit down and do some nice little drawings and just play with pencils and texters. And I thought I'd bring you along. I did just realise then that I accidentally did my Patreon intro instead of my Let's Get Inkie intro. So for all of those who wanted to, here it is. Hey, it's Adele from Let's Get Inkie, and look at this freaking view. Oh my lordy. So this was a little island that was in front of our deck, and this is the one that I drew. I drew this the night before, which is why you didn't get the process. And you didn't get the process of this one either, because it was a painting that was, no, not a painting, a photograph that was in the lounge room of the place that we were staying at. And so I did these late at night with, terrible lighting. But let's jump into some actual pages. I think we do four. I think three. I'll show you what I brought. So I brought my Prismacolors, and then I have this pencil case filled with various things. There's a couple of Posca paint pens, I think mainly in like green, grey and blue. And then I have a couple of loose pencils that I've bought individually from Officeworks. There's Tombow brush pens, there's Faber-Castell Pitt artist brush pens, there's normal pens that are green and different colours. I also have this little guy that my bestie gave me. She found it in Singapore where she lives, and she thought it was very me, and I couldn't agree more. It's very, very Adele-y. So the book that I'm working in first, this is a Moleskine, however you may pronounce it. Now, I should say, while I'm filming this voiceover, Aaron is moving things around our house. He is one-handedly, I did offer to help, but he said no. He is one-handedly moving segments of our couch into the garage because we are prepping for Violet's birthday party on Sunday and need a little bit more space. So if you hear any bangs, it's just a couch being moved past the microphone. I started my drawing off with a purple pencil. Now, I really enjoy starting my sketches off with something unexpected, like blue or pink or purple. And, the cat is right next to you, Aaron. Yeah. The cat is trying to help move the couch or get squished, one or the other. And now Violet's come out of her room.
Hello, Scruffy girls.
So Violet has gotten out of bed. I thought I could get away with doing this voiceover after bedtime, but apparently not. And so I am using some coloured pencils to do some swirly trees. I started with the purple, and then I added some really loose shading in the spots that were shaded on the hills. Yeah.
Those ones are actually bushes.
They are. They look like bushes, don't they? Do you want to tell the peeps what's exciting about this weekend? What's happening?
My party is today.
Yeah, your party is on Sunday, isn't it? And what's one thing you're looking forward to on your birthday party?
Gabby's dollhouse.
Gabby's dollhouse. That's a new one that wasn't in the party plans before. Anywho, Violet, it's time for bed, miss. All right, I'm going to go tuck in the little one, and I will come back. Fill up water, and then I will be back to the voiceover. Alrighty, just me again. Hopefully everyone's gone to sleep now. I had a bit of an experimentation with this video, okay? So I'd love your opinions on it, and if you like this style every once in a while. That rhymes. But I really love urban sketching. It's something that I'm very, very new to. I've only done it a couple of times. And this time I wasn't prepared to film. I wasn't going to film anything away, but we were having a very relaxing day, listening to some true crime podcasts. There's The Hills that I was trying to copy. And I didn't bring a tripod with me because weight limit was very important on this trip, because I always bring too much, and I bought my memory foam pillow, which took up half of my weight limit. And so I would obviously film this with less shakiness if I was to do it locally. But let me know, would you be interested in an urban sketching video every now and then like this? I'd probably also do a bit more talking to camera in between. It was just that we were listening to a true crime podcast, and I didn't want to get copyrighted on that. But I really enjoyed it. It's a very relaxing, crafty outlet, creative outlet, I should say. And I'm enjoying learning different skills and kind of deciding my own style. I really like, not like a full pointillism dotty style, but I do like to do some little dots here and there. And I do love to include some splatters as well. And so I'm just, kind of working things out. So I started off with the pencil, I did the shaded areas, and then I went in and I'm just adding layer upon layer upon layer. I start off with the lightest and then I go in with darker tones. I'm using a mixture of the Tombow brush pens and then also some of the Prismacolors. And on this particular mountain, there was a line of palm trees right at the front. So I was just giving the suggestion of a palm tree. The thing I like about urban sketching is that you can use different places as inspiration, but you don't have to, you can interpret them in any way that you want to. So now I'm going in with a little bit of grey, and I didn't know how this was going to work out, but I do like it. It's kind of like a brown grey colour, and adding a few rockery bits there, and as well as some extra shading to the hills. Picking, what am I getting next? Some pencils, a yellow pencil for the sand. And now it is time to think about what on earth I'm going to do for the water. Now, this water was absolutely stunning. So for my international peeps, where I went is I'm on the east coast of Australia near Sydney, about 2 hours north of Sydney. And I went up to Queensland, which is our tropical kind of state, and onto a little island off the coast there. And the beaches, a lot of them have beautiful white sand, and the water is just so pretty. It's turquoise. It's beautiful. So I really wanted to try and capture that. I was not sure how yet. So I procrastinated and added some pink and purple to my hills, just as something different. Like I was saying before, with urban sketching, I really want to create my own style, and I like adding those pops of unexpected colour in my landscapes. I have sped up certain parts of this because it did take quite a while. I think I had about an hour and a half of footage altogether that I've cut down for today. But yeah, if you do enjoy these type of videos, please let me know and I'll pop them more often over here, every couple of months or whatnot. But I also have some urban sketching videos over on Patreon if it's something that you're interested in as well. So a couple of times a day the planes come in because it has a little airport, and so that was fun watching them fly so close by. So for the water, I bought this little bowl and I decided to use the Posca paint pens. I mixed together I think it's called light blue, and then this one might be aqua possibly, and I'm just splurting them on the side of the little bowl and mixing it with a bit of water. I did bring one paintbrush. I bought one that I knew I could do broad strokes with, but I could also do some details if I need to, which I do towards the end of this video on another picture that we do. I watered down my paint quite a lot, and so it's very watery here, which is why it's watered down. Adele, that makes sense. And so I should have waited for it to dry, but alas, I did not. And so I went over wet paint with a texta, which I do not recommend. Here, if you look very carefully in the center, there is a tiny wallaby. You'll get to see him or her later on. Actually, it was a her because it had a wallaby babies called joeys as well, like kangaroos, or are they different? A wallaby is different to a kangaroo. It's a totally different animal for my international peeps, but they're a lot smaller, and I feel like more daintier. Kangaroos are buff, especially the male kangaroos. They're fiery. Another plane went past, so I managed to capture that one. And then we're on to, I did just do a quick blue wash on a separate journal page just then, which we'll see in a minute. But on the left-hand side of the picture that we've been working on, I decided to do just a little bit of journaling. I love the look of these real, like, working artist sketchbooks that have paint swatches and all sorts of things. I'll give you a closer up look of that at the end, but popped it in the sun to dry. I did find it difficult to have patience to wait for things to dry. Our wallaby friend came back and was rustling around, but he will pop, it's a she will pop out soon. So for this one, this is a Winsor & Newton watercolour sketchbook, and it is gorgeous. The two books that I'm working in, so this is, meant for watercolour, and the other one is not. It's just a moleskin, and it's very wrinkly. But I also like that look too. So I'm just, this whole, urban sketching thing is just a whole bunch of experimentation for me. There's no right, there's no wrong. It's just flinging down some colour onto pages of different places that I like. For this page, I really wanted to experiment with layering different, the same paint colour over and over to get the look of some misty, distant hills. And I'll show you in a moment those ones. They're the ones that I'm trying to copy. Oh, here's our little wallaby friend. It was back. So this was just right under our deck. It was having a little wander around. I think it's a rock wallaby. I'm just guessing that because it's on the rocks, but there are rock wallabies, and I'm going to say that this is one. My non-expert opinion on that. It did have a little joey in its pouch, which was very sweet when it decided to come out. I don't think it had it in there at that time, but yeah, so that was cute. I am continuing to go over these mountains, hills. What's the difference between a mountain and a hill? I know, like, there's mountains that are really big, and I would think a hill was smaller, but is there a definition difference between the two of them? Riddle me that, if there's any cardiographers, is that what they're called? Or is that a heart person? I don't know. Peeps, words and specialists aren't my forte. But if there's anyone who knows mountains in the chat, let me know. Another little bit of Aussie wildlife. I thought you peeps would enjoy all of this. We had so many sulphur-crested cockatoos come onto the deck the whole time we were there. And they were very, very friendly. You'll see in a little while. So while my layered hills are drying, hills or mountains, I now want to try this photo. So this was a photo I took the previous day, more towards sunset, and I wanted to give that a go. So I grabbed a lavendery pencil and sketched out just the horizon line and then a little bit where the sun was reflecting onto the water, because it's very difficult to add white to like a watercolor picture, but easy to leave a patch, and then you can always, add bits to it. I'm using the very tip of this paintbrush and doing the little ripples. The tide was coming in or going out. I don't know which one, but it was one of them. And so I just wanted to replicate that because that was I think a key part of the picture, the detail that I wanted. Next up, I'm going straight in with the tombos this time for a little bushy moment here. And the bush is actually very dark because of the shadow, but I wanted to start with a lighter green, kind of like a middle green, I guess, just to give a bit of a background, and then go in with black. I'm pretty sure this is either black or a very dark green. Maybe it's a very dark green, possibly. And I'm just doing little loopy loops. So you can see here's a close-up look of my little loopy loops. But yeah, I can't wait to hear feedback on this video because I know it's quite different. I was getting a bit sick of the art journaling videos. I need to film a traveler's notebook one soon, but I need to print more photos for that, and I haven't done that because we have been busy the last couple of weeks doing house hunting stuff. So that's been very busy and nerve-wracking, completely nerve-wracking. If you have any advice on buying your first home, things to ask estate agents about or banks or anything, please let me know, because yes, it's terrifying. I'm going in now with some black pencil, and again, I really want my style to be very swirly whirly and dotty and abstract, but you can tell what it is, and just pretty. I just want to make pretty stuff. There are a couple of islands in the back here. So where we were staying, there's islands just everywhere. It's a whole big old group of them. And some of them are very tiny, like that first one that I drew. And others are larger. And I think there's one with a golf course on it, owned by some very mega rich person of Australia. I think Hamilton Island is all owned by one person. Possibly... is it a beverage guy? Might be beverage. I'm pretty sure they have a racehorse that won the Melbourne Cup or something, or a yacht that was in the Sydney to Hobart race. They have mega millions. And if you are looking for a place to travel in Australia, it is fabulous. It's beautiful. You ride, there's no road, well, there's no cars on the island except for a couple of work vehicles from people who live there. But everyone rides in golf carts, and it's a fun little place. I think it would be great for families as well. I'd love to take the kids back there in a few years. And yeah, highly recommend. Highly. I added a bit of journaling to my moody mountains, and here's how they look. So that was all the same. The background was a different blue, but all of the mountains were the same colours. And I love how they turned out. So here is a bit of a closer look at the moody mountains, as I'm going to call them. But yeah, let me know if you'd like to see more of this kind of style, something a bit different. I will be filming a traveler's notebook soon, but if you've got any challenges or suggestions for videos you'd like to see, I am hoping to plan for a video at the end of the year of my favourite mixed media supplies, and possibly a video of my current journals or planners that I'm working in. Here is a look of that other one that we did. So we worked on these 3 pages, and I love them. I think this is my favourite just because it's so sketchbooky. I really like it. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it, because it helps it be discovered by new inklets. And this guy wants to say thank you for watching. He came very close, he or she. I'm not sure how to tell with cockatoos. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video very soon. Bye.